All right. We got to talk about one of the most exciting things happening in the WNBA right now. Stephanie White taking over as head coach of the Indiana Fever. If you ask me, she's the perfect fit for this job, and here's why she could be the one to finally take the Fever back to the top. Let's break it down. Spoiler alert, it's going to be a slam dunk of a story. Okay, first things first, let's talk about who Stephanie White is and why she's such a great fit for this job. This isn't just some random hire. Stephanie has serious ties to the Indiana Fever. She played for the Fever back in the day, and even though her time as a player was short, she's always had this deep connection with the team. She knows the culture of Indiana basketball like the back of her hand. And let me tell you, that's huge. She was part of the Fever team that went all the way to get the WNBA championship in 2012 and really helped solidify Indiana as a championship contender. So she's already seen firsthand what it takes to win in this league, and she knows what the Fever need to get back there. It's not just about what talent you bring on the court, it's about the mindset you bring. And Stephanie, she's got that in spades. Speaking of talent, let's talk about the stars on the Fever, because with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston on this roster, we're talking about a serious potential championship squad. Seriously, when you add them into the mix, we're looking at a team that can compete with anyone in the league. And who better than Stephanie White to mold these two into future legends? First, let's start with Aaliyah Boston. If you've been living under a rock, Aaliyah is a force. She's a walking double-double and one of the best post players to come out of college in years. But here's the thing. To reach her full potential in the WNBA, she needs to expand her game. And Stephanie White? She's the perfect coach to help Boston grow. White's got that player development expertise that can take Aaliyah from just a dominant force in the paint to a more versatile player who can stretch the floor, knock down mid-range jumpers, and even defend smaller players on the perimeter. Stephanie knows how to adjust a player's game, and with someone as skilled as Aaliyah, we could be talking about an all-around beast in a couple of years. I'm talking MVP level, folks. Aaliyah's got the work ethic, and Stephanie's got the know-how to unlock the next level. And then we have Caitlin Clark. Oh boy, Caitlin's a shooter. No, scratch that. She's a walking bucket. You could hand her a basketball from half court and she'd still drain it like it's nothing. But in the WNBA, it's not just about scoring. It's about facilitating, adapting, and playing smarter basketball. And Stephanie White, she's the coach who can help Caitlin transition into that role. White's all about high IQ basketball, and she's going to show Clark how to be not just a scorer, but a leader, a playmaker, and an all-around weapon. And that's where White's system comes into play. She's not going to ask Caitlin to just jack up shots all game. Nope. She's going to help her build that all-around game, get her moving without the ball, and get her involved in pick and rolls. She's going to take Caitlin's basketball IQ and elevate it to an even higher level, making her a nightmare for defenses all over the league. And it's not just Caitlin and Aaliyah who will benefit from White's coaching. Look at the entire roster. Kelsey Mitchell? She's got the scoring chops to go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league, but she could use some guidance in terms of efficiency and decision-making. Lexi Hull? She's an energy player who could be a defensive juggernaut with some fine-tuning. Under White's coaching, all of these players are going to get the chance to level up. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly makes Stephanie White's coaching style so effective? Well, it's all about balance. She knows that in the WNBA, you can't just rely on one thing to win. You need to be solid on both ends of the floor. You need offensive flow and defensive tenacity. And Stephanie? She's been preaching that balance her whole career. On offense, Stephanie's system is all about movement and spacing. She's not the type to just give her players a bunch of plays and say, "Go run these." No, she's all about creating a free-flowing offense where players are constantly cutting, screening, and reading the defense. It's high basketball IQ stuff that'll keep the opposition on their toes. And on defense, you better believe she's got the fever buzzing. She's all about switching, creating chaos, and getting into passing lanes. She's going to get the fever to play tough, disciplined defense that doesn't give up easy buckets. When you combine all of that with the talent they already have, you've got a recipe for success. So here's the deal. With Stephanie White leading the way, the Fever have everything they need to be a true championship contender. She's got the experience, the leadership, and the system to take this team to the next level. I mean, When you've got players like Aliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark on your team, it's not a matter of if you can win, it's a matter of when. And trust me, Stephanie White's going to make sure that when is sooner rather than later. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped to see what she does with this team. So, what do you think? Are the Fever on their way to a championship? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more basketball breakdowns and hot takes.